Hey you, it's Elle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video collab of sorts with myself. So the first part of this is going to be a blog post, so no video there, and it's going to be on the blog. I'll leave a link to it below as always, and it's going to be my daytime look for new moms. So I know how it is. You are rushed, you're going out the door, you only have a couple of minutes to get ready, and I'm going to show you some options if you have 5, 10, 15 minutes to get ready. So I'll show you that. I've got drugstore alternatives in addition to the high-end things that I recommend, and it is perfect not just for new moms but for anybody who's just getting into makeup. If you are somebody you kind of want the natural look, you don't want to wear a lot of makeup, that you'll want to check that out for the options on there. And this makeup you will see is on my face with 2.5 hours of sleep. This look has been tested, and my daytime look has been tested many times by currently a 5-year-old who demands my attention, that I check out her latest trick, as well as a teething 9-month-old who demands to be held pretty much at all times, and nothing makes her happy but playing with cardboard boxes and anything electrical or dangerous. So I've done the makeup, you can do it too, and I hope you guys check that out. But today's look, or actually I should say tonight's look, is going to be a date night look, and this was a reader request. So I have a new mom out there that requested this, and she said that, I asked her, I was like, now what do you mean by date night makeup? What would make you comfortable? Do you mean just like chapstick and curl your lashes with some mascara? What are you talking about? So she wanted a look that's kind of like a smoky eye, but not as intense and not as difficult. So this is the look that I came up with, and it's really easy to do, and I promise you'll be able to do it. So I give you high-end, I give you drugstore alternatives, of course, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. So even if you're not a new mom, you definitely need to keep watching. All right, new moms, you're really tired, you're not getting a lot of sleep, and you're going to absolutely show it. You're too tired and too frustrated with having to stay up all night and do like this huge skincare routine, but you can do one thing. If you could do just one thing, it would be to use a moisturizer. So if you're going to wear foundation tonight, when you're going out, grab a moisturizer. This one is actually from the Miracle Skin Transformer, and I love this stuff. It is so good. I've loved everything I've tried from their line, but this is the Triple Active Night Treatment. It's winter, I have dry skin. I use this as a daily moisturizer. You just take the tiniest amount, put it all over your skin, and you'll be good to go. So use whatever moisturizer that is comfortable for you. And the second thing I want to tell you is I'm going to be skipping primers of all kinds and sorts tonight because it saves us some time, and we're not going for a look that needs to last us for hours and hours and hours and hours. If so, go ahead and do the primers. I'm just trying to save you a little bit of time by doing that. I like to start off and do my shadow first. So after I've put on my moisturizer, I'm letting it soak in, I'm going to do my shadow. And the one that I'm using is this palette called Naked Basics. So this you can get at Ulta, you can get it at Sephora, just look online and you can find it pretty easily. And it has several shades that are matte, except for this one, it's a bit of a satin. But what we're going to do is just go through, starting about here, just walk through the palette and get more intense with our shadow. I like this because it's matte, so it just looks a bit more natural, because what we're going for is kind of like a smoky eye, like the easiest way I can explain to you to have a smoky eye. And I know smoky eyes sound really complicated and they involve, like, you know, a bunch of shadows and eyeliners and stuff, but this one we're going to kind of fake the smoky effect by just walking through the shadows and building that intensity. I like this one because it's small, it's great for travel, and if you're somebody that you don't like a lot of clutter or a lot of makeup, just pop this in and it doesn't take up a lot of room. I have the Naked Basics 2, or the Naked 2 Basics right here. So this is the second one on top, so you could kind of see that you might want something a little bit darker here, and then just maybe not as harsh. It just depends on the look that you're going for. But if you want a drugstore alternative, you'll need the Sonia Kashuk Eye on Neutral palette. I love this because it's 20 bucks. You've got some really good shades. They're not super pigmented as the Naked Basics, but for some of you, I know you don't want that. You want to start off really light and easy, so this is a good one to go for. So $20. So I like to do my eyeshadow first while my moisturizer is soaking in, so that way I don't have to have a lot of cleanup from any fallout from the shadows and have to redo my foundation and concealer and all of that. So that's why I'm doing my eyeshadow first. And I'm going to actually start off with Walk of Shame, which is this shade, and I'm going to use a flat shader brush to apply that. So just put that all over the lid. This just gives us a nice base to work with, and it helps to hide any discoloration and as well bring out some lightness in the eyes and make them look a bit more awake. Speaking of awake, I have not been sleeping very well lately, and it's pretty late at night as I'm filming this. So I'm going to go into the shade Naked 2, which is right here, and I'm going to take a crease brush. This is a tapered crease brush, and it's an E45 from Sigma. It's a small one. So what I'm going to do is just place this into the crease. And if you check out my tutorial for the daytime version for New Mom Makeup, you'll see that this is pretty much all I use, just these two shades. So just put that into the crease, it'll warm it up, it'll give that eye some definition, and it will help those shades blend out a little bit easier. So just put a little bit into the crease like that. I'm actually going to go use the same brush and go into Faint, which is this one right here. Take that tapered brush, and we're just going to put this, I'm going to put it just on the tip and put this on the outer third, so about this section here. We're going to take a pencil brush. See how it looks like the point of a pencil? And this is an E30 from Sigma. And we're going to go into the darkest shade, which is Crave. I'm going to put this just on the tip, tap off the excess, and we're going to work this and make a V. Put this just on here, and then we'll blend it out. And this will help create that smoky effect that we're going for, but without being really smoky. And again, I would suggest going and slowly building up the intensity. Blend it out. I'm going to start off with a MAC 217. So I'm just blending this in and kind of smoking it out, putting it a little bit on the lid, moving it side to side. Pencil brush, don't add anything to it, and you're going to run this under your lower lash line to kind of smudge it out and to match the smokiness of this. So don't add any extra product to it if you don't want to, and it should be the thickest, as always, at the end of the eye and going in. If you don't have a pencil brush, just feel free to use a Q-tip. There are some tapered ones that I really like. And speaking of tapered, I'm going to use just this kind of like a pencil brush, I guess. It doesn't have a name on it. And I'm going to go into to Foxy, which is the second shade, and I'm going to put this, and I'm going to run this underneath my brows, which I'm going to quickly do my brows in a moment. So I'm just doing my eyes, the eyeshadow stuff, so you can see that all at once. So you don't have to do that in the same order that I'm doing it. I'm just showing you. So I put it underneath there, I put a little bit in here, and then I'm going to go in with Venus, taking that same brush. This is the shimmer shade, and we're going to pop that in the middle of the lid. Just pop it in the middle. And what this does is to help bring some more light to the eye and make it look awake and open. And then I use a clean finger to blend it out. For my brows, I'm just going to quickly use the Gimme Brow from Benefit, and I'm just going to brush those into place. I don't really have the time, or well, really I'm tired. I'm just going to use this and brush my brows into place. So nothing big here. If you don't have any brows, you have to do your regular brow routine, but at the most part, just brush them in. So that's what that looks like. And for the drugstore alternative, there's one from Walmart from the Hard Candy line, which will be on the blog soon if it hasn't made its appearance already by the time you see this. I also suggest the Maybelline Brow Drama. I don't like the ball end of it, but the brush part is good. So just a quick brush of that. For my liner, when I originally filmed this without the microphone on, I had used a felt tip liner, and I thought that's just going to be a bit more difficult than it has to be for you guys. So I'm just going to use this one from L'Oreal, the Silkissime, I don't know, but it's really, really smooth. And you're just going to put this as close to the lash line as possible. You could do a felt tip if you want to, but I'm not worrying about a wing or anything like that. Just looking nice with a subtle smoky eye, and it'll help bring it together. So the whole point of eyeliner is to make your lashes look bigger, and if you just outline your eyes with it, it's going to make them look smaller. So that's why we want it as close to the lash line as possible. You always want it the thickest on the outside and then the thinnest on the inside. So I'm going to stop right here, and with the eyes, we'll come back to them, I promise, and go ahead and do my foundation and concealer. So make sure I don't have any So I'm going to make sure I don't have any fallout. I'm going to use a baby wipe or something clean to get rid of any sort of debris that I have or any extra moisturizer. If you feel you're just too moisturized, take one ply of a tissue and just blot that off. So for my foundation, it's going to be the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. I've done a video on this where you can see my review of it. The drugstore alternative is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I always get that wrong. So these on me, having dry skin, they help give a glow to the skin, kind of a glow without being glittery. Plus, we are cutting time out by not doing contour and highlighting. So traditionally with highlighting, you know, if it's the kind of highlight that I like, it has that shimmer and glimmer and yes, and glitz and glam and all of that. So I'm cutting that out and instead just using these glowy foundation. For my concealer, I'm going to use the Ben Nye All Color Wheel. These come in all different kinds of colors, but this one, in case you're wondering, is NK1. I got this from friendsbeauty.com and it's around $11, but I get a pro discount on that one. But the drugstore alternative is from Sonia Kashuk, and this is the Hidden Agenda palette, and this is number 7. There are 2 of them, so you have that. So set your concealer, set your foundation with your favorite powder as needed, and we're going to head on to blush. I'm going to use MAC's Desert Rose because it's winter, so I just wanted something that was a little bit more vampy for night out. And my drugstore alternative, definitely not a dupe, but I thought this one wasn't too dark but was still wearable for everybody, and it's Mellow Wine. So I just got back in from outside walking the dog, so if I look red and flushed, that's why, because it's really cold. But I'm curling my lashes. This is from Kevyn Aucoin, but any eyelash curler that fits your eyes will do. I'm going to use the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I hauled this or did a review on it not too long ago, so you can check out the full review of that on the blog. And I like it because it looks a little bit like the Butterfly, but just not as big. So I thought more of you would like that more. More of you would like that more. I thought more of you would like that. I have one last thing to do, and that is the lips. I talked about earlier how I skip primers and stuff because it wasn't a concern of my makeup lasting, but with lipstick, you want that to happen. So I am using the new Rimmel London Provoca lips. These are 16 hours. They really do last. And all you do is put this on your lips, let it dry, make sure you're doing it like in a fake smile so you can get in all those cracks and crevices. And then you have this lip gloss at the top that's clear to keep it in. So this will last through your meal, through your popcorn if you go to the movies, and through a smooch. You gotta have a smooch on a date night, right? If you have like a spare minute extra, or you could even do this before you get in the car, grab one of these polishes from NYC. They're called In a New York Minute. They're quick dry nail polishes. They come in a whole bunch of colors. This is in Canal Street. You're not going to get the most amazing staying power with these. They are really good for what they're worth, and they do dry quickly. So by the time you get to dinner, by the time you get to the movie, they'll be dry. That's it. That's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoy it. Congratulations again on your little one. Have a great day. Be safe, behave, and be well. Lavelle. Bye.